I don't know, man. These last few weeks, I don't know if it's because the streams are extra long. This is sort of the theory that Essentia and I have. We've had a hard time keeping track of the days of the week because it's like, because normally Mondays and Wednesdays are 2-hour streams and Saturdays a 4-hour stream. With Baldur's Gate, every stream has been a 4-hour stream. And I think it's really messed with our internal clock because we can't use that as our gauge of like, wait, what day of the week is it? God, we're actually having to use calendars and things. How crazy is that? Man, my hair is poofy today. I took a shower not too long enough before the stream, so I had to use the hairdryer to dry out my hair, and it's like, psh, volumed. How's everyone else doing? How's your hair? Are you having a good hair day? I'm not calling this a good hair day, it's just a big hair day. Love the puffer high, right? That's a reference to some old school Vlogbrothers stuff. Puff levels are high. You need a haircut? I think I need one too. Especially in the summer here, like, the back, there's an accumulation of hair in the back that makes the back of my head get hot. So I wouldn't mind a little trim, but we'll see. Oh yeah, it's rainy today, because Carly hair is going to be wild, yeah. It feels humid AF, which is probably the reason my hair wasn't drying. Very annoying. Very annoying. Also, feel free to accidentally stream in a day where you think it's not a stream day. Yeah. Or, you know, I'll just do a random, like, Fishing Planet stream, because that actually turned out to be really, really fun. First time you saw me 7 years ago doing Stellaris Guide. How's it going? It's going pretty good. Stellaris is still going pretty good, too. What a great game that has turned into. Anyone else hyped for, what do they call it? Is it Star Trek Infinity, or am I getting confused between different titles? The, like, Stellaris Engine official Star Trek game? I'm excited for it. Hopefully it's really good. Oh, and Pulsar, yeah. That'll be fun. There's a few multiplayer things I want to do. I'm actually, with all this, I'm getting the itch to play some D&D as well. I'm like, is that something we can manage? I don't know. Like Carla, yeah, Carla's got the best little idle dance when she gets bored. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's quickly read the subs and resubs. And then let's go and get started with the game. If I can find the... Where's the page I'm supposed to be on here for Streamlabs? There we go. I've made a few ajustements to something in Streamlab. We'll see if people notice. Oh, we have a 2-year Twitchversary from Dreadful Red. Thank you very much, Dreadful Red, for being here. And a brand new sub right now from Physics Girl, remembering Twitch Prime. If you do have a Twitch Prime, don't let it just sit there. You gotta remember to use it on someone. Doesn't have to be me, but yeah. Missed the Pulsar game. We have a stealth ship. Yeah, Pulsar's been great fun. Great game. I always liked Artemis Bridge Simulator. There's also the Star Trek Bridge Simulator game. It was okay. It felt a little limited. The Artemis one was pretty good, but it was sort of pure combat. And then Pulsar is the closest to feeling like a proper sort of Star Trek-y adventure. It'd be great if there was more sort of maybe procedural content or variety or something like that, because at some point it's like, okay, we've sort of kind of done it all, but it is a good game. So, what are we doing back in the House of Healing? We should address that, because we have cleared considerable amounts here of the, what do they call this place? Shadow Battlefield, the Shadowlands, the whatever. You know, we've entered Act 2, and we've done a surprising amount there, but not yet Moonrise Tower, although that's absolutely what we're doing immediately today. Because all of Saturday was like, we're going to Moonrise Tower, and then we didn't because there was just so much to do in this zone. But I popped back in the House of Healing because we ended the stream last time. I was a little confused because I thought we had already looted the second half of the pair of rings here, the True Loves whatever. But I had gotten confused with my multiplayer game. And I guess in this game I'd never looted the skeleton over here, which has the other half of these 2 rings. So one ring lets you cast Warding Bond specifically on the person wearing the other ring. And I think we should probably make use of this. Where's Arabella? Arabella should be in our camp at this point. We haven't gone there yet. This has been a very long day for our characters because of a couple reasons. One, trying to maintain a lot of these long buffs. Like Shadowheart here has all the Dark Lady buffs over here, so she's got +5 to all her mental stats, which is great. I mean, not actually that meaningful for Int and Charisma because they're not that high in the first place, but tons of Wisdom, which is lovely. And then we've also drunk some elixirs and stuff like that, and we're trying to get those to stretch out throughout the day. But also, in theory, we're on a bit of a clock because some people, or at least, at the very least, Mole was kidnapped by weird devil creatures from the last light in. And so we are going to have to go and rescue her. And I don't know if there's an actual clock on that, but we're assuming there might be. So far, we've done a pretty good job of stretching our resources. We have 1 short rest left. We have burned through a fair number of spells. But I think we should still be okay to keep going. I don't know how much combat there's going to be in Moonrise Tower. I've technically poked our head in there in our multiplayer game, but the way things went in there is going to be very different, I think, than what it's going to go over here. So anyway, I think I will make use of this pair of rings over here, because what it does let you do is cast Warding Bond. And the target of the Warding Bond gets resistance to all damage, +1 bonus to AC and saving throws, and when they take damage, you take the same amount of damage. So my proposal here is, well, maybe there's going to be a proposal, I mean a pair of rings. Who does the wearing and what? And I think, and if Dell's going to wear it, you know, who is his true love? I think all of this points to probably what we do is get Dell and Shadowheart, and Dell casts the Warding Bond on Shadowheart. And the reason it works fairly well is whenever Dell does shapeshift, so there's going to be pros and cons, because it means that if Shadowheart takes damage, so does Dell, and which might increase the chance that I lose concentration on spell, which is bad. In fact, it might be a better option to have Karlach do it, because Karlach has the most hit points. But when Dell is shapeshifted in his owlbear form, then all of a sudden, he's got like infinite pools of rebounding hit points, right? Because we've got all these hit points from the owlbear form that when we go to 0 in there, we just pop back to our normal form. We could recast it. In fact, that combo probably works better when Dell is back to being a Circle of Moon Druid, as opposed to Circle of Land Druid, because in his Moon Druid form, he doesn't really care about concentration too much, and he spends more time in his animal forms. Whether or not it makes sense to wear these now, I don't know, actually. We might just wait, because I suspect I'll be going back to Moon Druid once we get to around level 10, because then we get some pretty sick forms. So this is what I'm not certain about. I don't know what I'm not certain about. I'll let chat have a discussion about that while I walk towards Moonrise Tower. Because obviously it would also mean losing one of our 2 rings. Mage's Friend's not a big deal for Dell. Snowburst is important for the strat we're going on right now. I really like the Ring of Mental Inhibition here on Shadowheart. She probably can live without the Whispering Promise. So those would probably be the rings I replace, but I'm not 100% committed to doing it quite yet. Anyway, we have to head south towards Moonrise Tower. We will still be doing owlbear leaps. So owlbear form is not exclusive to Circle of the Moon, which surprised me, actually. It is just all Baldur's Gate 3 druids get when they hit level 6 druid form, so Delures can still turn into an owlbear now. The differences are, one, it's an action to shapeshift instead of a bonus action. That is one difference. And then another difference...
I can feel it. The Absolute. His power is strong here. I just realized this cape does not quite look good on Karlach, because it's like her tail's poking through in an awkward way, but I think she's still the best candidate for that right now.
No time to rest.
Right. The other difference is that the owlbear, like the shapeshifted form's attacks, when you are Circle the Moon, count as magic items for overcoming resistance. We ran into at least one situation where we weren't getting that benefit. So that might be glitched, which means we may not actually be losing it. And then the other thing is that Circle of the Moon, when they're shapeshifted, they can burn spell slots to heal themselves, but to me, it's kind of crap. This is great. I think Carly is very capable. Someone ban Demonac already? Alright, is this where we're going? Yes-ish, but let's enter crossing the bridge over here. There we go. Man, you'd probably get more work done. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you know what? Let me move these over to Dell, since he cares more about his concentration. Although, well, if he's going to be using the ring, otherwise we could just maybe put it on Shadowheart for her concentration checks.
I wish to live in more interesting times. What to do?
She's more likely to get hit, because she's kind of frontlining a little bit. But I'll give Dell his cosmetic cape back. Maybe we'll do that. It does hurt Karlach's AC, which is the primary reason I put it on there, but that's a good point. That does help with concentration checks.
Time to press ahead.
All right, we do have our Pixie Blessing here, so we should be able to cross here without taking any real damage. Oh, I didn't realize I don't think we'd poked that fast travel point yet. Would have been a little faster to get here. Okay, so here's the thing. Our Dream Visitor, who Dell is 100% drinking the Kool-Aid on, 100% believes her. That's what we've chosen for. He's totally simping for the Dream Visitor. She has told him numerous times to do like an infiltration over here to find out more about the Absolute and challenge things. And so that is what we're going to do. We are going to try to negotiate our way in. Yep, I'm a true soul. Hey, Robodyne, the VIP for the stream.
Probing for purchase. Your parasite purrs in recognition.
Purrs.
Ah, one blessed like myself. What news, true soul?
That's a hat. Lady. Little from the field went news inside. Might ask the same. Why is one of our rank on guard duty? Did we walk in this way in a multiplayer? Maybe I wasn't doing the talk. This for Spears to know. I've infiltrated an encampment of Harpers protected by a cleric of Selûne. I don't think I want to give them this information. Great news, I'm here to take your head. I'm going to say this, like, you're a true soul. Why are you on guard duty?
Who better to suss out his like?
You'll find Z'rell in the audience chamber, true soul. She'll be wanting to hear from you.
Let's hope this Z'rell likes what we have to say.
In her name.
Praise the Absolute.
Praise her. Okay. That. I mean, Dell's got, oh no, he doesn't have charisma anymore. That's right. I forgot that, like, stats have been moved around. He used to have more charisma. He still has proficiency in deception. Doesn't necessarily like to be, you know, a lying liar who lies, but he's gonna help to get the job done. Ave to Caesar, Kaiser, yes. It's rude when MCs have interesting outfits aren't available to loot, yeah. Yes, we can give her one of the rings. She's more of a love interest than even Shadowheart. You're talking about Karlach. Maybe Karlach and Shadowheart should wear it. Think about this. Let's say Shadowheart wears True Heart's Caress, so she's the target, and True Love's Embrace goes to Karlach.
Let's go.
I don't think Warding Bond is a concentration spell. No, so it's not going to get broken by raging or anything like that. Karlach's it's got the most hit points. And naturally, I believe, has some damage reduction. Is that true? Or is that, am I thinking if she went the wild druid with the bear form? I think that would be it. Yeah, Bond is not concentration. That's why it is very interesting. I like her acid damage. I guess the resistance to lightning damage doesn't really matter that much. So, like, we could have you wear this.
What's next?
And then you could wear that. And then, yeah, we could ship these two together. Would it just be listed under well, she doesn't have Barbarian Rage. She has Frenzy. Rage becomes Frenzy. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we should just try it. We should just run it. Gentle Warding's Bond. I think Rage gives resistance to physical, still, if you're not a Wild Barbarian. Okay. Oh, is the Wild Barbarian, hold on, let me go in. There you go. Is the Wild Barbarian, does it get resistance to everything? And the regular Barbarian is just specifically resistant to physical? But yeah, let's go ahead and cast it. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Must be wearing matching rings. Let's run that for a bit. It is bringing her AC to a whopping 22. Absolutely sick. And more bonuses to saving throws. Sounds pretty good.
Pave my path with corpses.
So we got some undead out there.
Build my castle with bones.
I'm sorry, who's saying that? Pave my path with corpses. Build my castle with bones. Who the hell said that?
No doubt. This is the place. This is where we'll discover the secret of the Absolute.
Took us a while to get here. Baldur gets resist to all except Scion if they choose Bear.
Another true soul. The disciple will want to see you through the main doors.
Okay, we'll do that, but there's a vendor over here, so let's visit the vendor. Hello!
Well, Flo.
That stash!
She said you'd find me, and here you are. Karlach, isn't it?
Now there's a name I'd hope never to hear again.
Who, what?
What was Flo doing here?
Didn't think to quiz her about her business.
So we definitely didn't get this in multiplayer because we were all 4 human players. Like, Karlach, who's Flo?
Florenta the Garotta. A Cambion I knew.
Is this going to blow our cover? Well,
she was the closest thing I had
can still
to a
pretend
friend.
we're working for the Absolute.
That said, she would have choked the life out of me if I ever turned my back on her. The fact that she knows where I am, or where I might be going, doesn't exactly delight me.
She a threat for her head will handle. What's she want with you?
Nothing would surprise me. Maybe she wants to live up to her name and wrap a cord around my neck. Or maybe she just wants to say hello. I wouldn't have given her the time of day, but even I needed a laugh once in a while. What can I say? The bitch had good jokes.
Enough chatter. Your friend gave me 3 soul coins.
Whoa.
Said I could sell them if I wanted. But if I kept them for you, she'd consider it a favor.
Okay, we have so many soul coins we've never used
Soul
on Karlach.
coins, huh? These could come in handy.
All right, let's have the soul coins then.
Sure. But she did have a condition.
God, you're handsome.
For every coin you take, you've got to hear the story of the soul trapped inside.
There you have it. Flo came all this way just to try to make me feel like shit.
I mean, presumably her using the soul coins actually consumes the soul, doesn't
Memorized a
it?
bunch of sad stories on her behalf, did you?
Didn't need to. Your Flo did some devil woo-woo and stuck 'em in my head. Couldn't forget now.
Woo-hoo with the devil.
If I wanted
That's hot.
to. Do you want the coins or not?
Yeah, fine. Get on with it then.
First coin's got the soul of a woman named Mavery. She was born to a cruel mother and a violent father and 3 evil
Well, these stories are going to be
brothers, all
terrible.
named Baldur. She never knew a day of love in all her life. When she was a girl of 15, she sold her soul to Tiamat in exchange for
Can I
someone
stroke your
who
chest?
would love her.
Sorry, that's inappropriate.
unconditionally.
But you got the little
She
patch
got
going on.
what she asked for. A fellow named Clint, destined to be her soulmate, struck by a cart and died a few moments after clapping eyes on our Mavery. Poor guy. The scud of her soul is yours now.
Thanks, I guess.
We'll put that coin to better use than Tiamat would have. Sad story indeed. Next coin, please. I'm going to say 1. You know, we'll put it to better use. That's how we'll justify it.
Sure you will.
Dell is really good at
This
justifying
has got the
things to
soul of
himself.
A man named Frakes. Lived in a village
Jonathan
near
Frakes?
Neverwinter. Hit hard by the worst hunger in 1,000 years. Frakes called out for help. Prayed for his children to have meat to eat. Zariel answered. Made old Frakes grow flesh upon flesh after flesh. His wee ones had all the meat they could stomach.
He should have known. Better to die 1,000 deaths than let Zariel into your life.
Is Will here? Okay, that would have been really awkward. Put this coin to good use. He'll help us rid the realms of people like Zariel. Absolutely vile. Unsurprising of Zariel, but vile all the same.
Karlach's the one set to consume his soul, I hear. Last one's got the soul of a little boy named
Oh, Jesus.
Ongir.
All right.
8 years old. He liked playing in the sun with his friends. That's all I know.
That's all?
That's all.
Hey! Elyson! Thank you very much. Or, sorry, I don't know where to put the breaks in your name. Tally! Thank you very much for the raid.
Well, thanks, Flo. Hearing a bunch of desperate horror has ruined my day, which I suppose was the point.
Everything is awful.
You got 3 soul coins after the bargain, didn't you? I'd quit whinging if I...
Except for this guy's mustache.
I did my
Mwah.
part. That means our business is done. Unless you've got actual gold.
I do like that, Futino. When Dolores formats his paragraphs, skips right over the left and right justification option, goes straight for full justification. Yeah. Dell will just justify all options, which surely this is going to be the right thing in the end. He's the embodiment of, like, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. At least for this run. It's been great. All right, show me what you got. So we got a bunch of soul coins. That's great. Oh, by the way, between streams, I did go and sell some stuff, including some of my scrolls that we really don't need. But I mean, we're still mostly, you know, this live stream is brought to you by another episode of The Hoarders over here. All right. Oh, we got a note as well. All right. What do we got here? What's purple? Halberd of Vigilance. Sentinel weapon gives a +1 bonus to initiative and advantage on perception ability checks. That's pretty sick. So it's a +2 halberd. When you make an attack roll as a reaction, you make it with advantage. Okay, so you're really good at attacks of opportunity. That's really good. But currently, the person who'd be using it would be Karlach, and she's got the Unseen Menace. Hang on, does this have an extra D4 force damage built into it? Just all the time? Because you can't always trust that damage display, because it includes conditional stuff and everything like that, but it must always have it. Well, that's tricky, because Unseen Menace gives us advantage a lot. On the other hand, this is a +2 instead of a +1. So we're going to hit a little bit more often anyway, despite not having advantage on the weapon. Ignition, frack. I feel like it's an upgrade, especially with the force damage. Like, we'll probably hit a little less often. Although we have great weapon fighting, right? So we're taking a -5 to hit in exchange for a +10 to damage. And the advantage from the Unseen Menace is doing a lot there. Karlach doesn't have Sentinel. I think we gave her Sentinel at some point. I think we respected her Great Weapon Mastery. And with Great Weapon Mastery, I feel like Unseen Menace probably does more damage. You're right. I do have Reckless as a source of advantage. That's right. Maybe Unseen Menace is a little bit redundant. Okay, that's not a bad point. Yeah, Karlach can get advantage when you're with Reckless. That's an excellent point. Okay, I think we buy the Halberd of Vigilance. Gloves of the Duelist. When holding only one weapon in your main hand, nothing in the free hand. So that's not relevant to us. Sentinel Shield. Oh, I learned only today, I hadn't really realized it, I hadn't clicked in, that in Baldur's Gate 3, initiative checks are rolled with just D4 instead of a D20, which means static modifiers to initiative is, like, hugely effective. Sentinel Shield gives us +3 bonus to initiative, advantage on perception checks. What's interesting is if Delures was wearing this, it would just cancel out the, oh no, he didn't make the deal with the hag in this game. That's right. So no, it would be a straight up win. And then Shield Bash, when he hits you with a melee attack, you can use reaction, knock it prone. Now, Del's already got a really good shield. He's rigging the Adamantine Shield. That would probably be a good one for Shadowheart, although she right now has the shield of the +1 saving throw. A better initiative would help us get a buff off right before combat starts. Otherwise, isn't actually the end of the world. Although she is going to be running around in melee. You know what? I think I like her +1 saving throw more. It's tough. Rune Tamer Heart, while raging the wearer generates 2 turns of wrath, and it's a +2 con. Yeah, but +2 strength. Can't be pushed over. I think we keep the Mighty Cloth, but that is pretty good. That's not really going to be advantageous on anyone, really. Spellcasting, +1 bonus to saving through DCs, just all around. And +1 bonus to initiative rolls. Hold on, I think we're getting that for Shadowheart. Because her Shade Spell Circlet doesn't do anything anymore because she's always using her Radiant Mace. I mean, we toggle off the light, but in practice it's better to have it on. So the Shade Spell Circlet doesn't do anything for her. I think we give her the Fistbreaker Helm. Make her DCs tougher, and then the initiative roll. The breastplate +2 does not have disadvantage on stealth. Not saying you should buy it, but it's worth noting. That's a good point. Okay, so I think we're gonna get. You know what? Let me go back here because it will let me plan. I don't usually buy stuff in this mode. I think we'll get the Halberd of Vigilance. I think we'll get the Fistbreaker Helm. I don't think. Build attacks with advantage. Yeah, we don't really have anything for that. Big Boy's Shoe Toy. Who's a large fellow transformation spell. Now, that's fine. No potions. We got some food and some cosmetic gloves and things like that. Okay, I think I'm happy with this. Pretty sure this dude has more dialogue to explore before you trade. Think I should try that first before we finish trading? Okay, well, I mean, there's no harm.
I hope you can handle.
Hang on.
If you have coin, then show it.
Hands asking for beating. You'll never peddle your wares with that attitude. I don't think I would go for either one of those, so I think we just go for merchandising here. All right, let's do it.